I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! You keep digging!
The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
Hey, my cosmic cousins, it's your girl Nova Charm, and welcome to another episode of Astrology Tea with Nova Charm. And on this channel, I give you all the astrology tea that you didn't know you needed a sip of. And in this case, with all these transits, I don't know how much more tea I can drink, honestly. On today's episode, we're going to dive into the Uranus Retrograde in Gemini. Now, this will be kicking off September 6th, right before that full moon in Pisces and the eclipse in Pisces. I ain't going to hold you. This might be a weekend where you might want to lay low and just stay out the way, honestly. But before I dive too deep into this energy, make sure that you go ahead and hit that like. Go ahead and subscribe to your girl and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of this cosmic tea that I want to sip with you. Now let's get into it. Now, as I stated before, Uranus will go into retrograde starting September 6th, and it will actually stay retrograde for quite a while. We'll be dealing with the retrograde energy all the way until February of next year, but it will only be retrograde in Gemini from September 6th to November 8th. Yeah, that's the date, November 8th. Now, after that, it will still remain in retrograde. However, it will slide back into Taurus until like February 3rd. But to get a little bit of feel of this energy, let me just kind of explain what Uranus represents. So Uranus is the planet of the rebel, okay? Uranus is the energy of sudden change and innovation. So it does not do what the regular systems would do. It goes against the systems, actually, in order to be able to see things from a futuristic type of view. Uranus is also the planet of awakening and forward thinking, and it also represents aliens. And I know y'all heard that the aliens are supposed to be here in November. Yeah, I guess this would be the time when they would show up if they gonna come. Okay. I'm just joking a little bit. Anywho, Uranus energy can get a little chaotic, and when it's paired with Gemini, which has the energy of communication and thought and connection with others, I mean, we're going to be in for a ride, but not quite the ride that you're thinking about. Now, this energy definitely gets a little spicy. However, this is retrograde energy. So whenever it's retrograde, we have to turn it inward. So instead of the external chaos that we've been witnessing, we might start to feel that chaos energy a little bit heavy. But what it's doing is basically it wants to clear space. We have a lot of ending energy around us. So this Uranus retrograde is right on time. The universe knows exactly what it's doing. And when I say hidden truths are going to be exposed, I mean, they already being exposed anyway. But believe it or not, it's going to turn up a notch. Like, even in your personal life, things that have been hidden from you are going to be shown. Things that have been left unsaid are going to definitely be said. Not only that, you're going to gain new perspectives about different things. Things that you've ignored, you can no longer ignore. And Uranus brings radical change too, and it's fast and quick. So it's going to be something that's just kind of comes out of nowhere. Uranus brings this sudden aha energy, like this epiphany type of energy. So there's going to be a lot of things that's just like the light was just turned on in complete darkness type things. But these new ideas, these new perspectives, and these new revelations are just meant to help get you ready for this next chapter that is coming up after we get finished wrapping up this karmic cycle. Now, this retrograde energy brings a slowdown or reconsideration in areas that deal with friendship, your community groups, and even social media, because Uranus rules social media. And it rules your friends groups too. So don't be surprised if there are some changes, sudden changes in your friend group. So if you have some two-faced friends, in other words, then they're going to be exposed. If you are that two-faced friend, girl, you about to be exposed. You're going to definitely find yourself questioning everything also around this time. Now, since Uranus has entered Gemini, and probably a little bit before, we were already questioning like our sources and what we can trust as far as the information that we've been given as a collective. But now it's going to be even more of a spotlight that has been put on there. And we have definitely already started to see that, but boy, it gets deep. But this is definitely going to be the best time to be open-minded about conversations. Also, be open-minded about new shared ideas. And you just might find a new community in unexpected places. All in all, this Uranus retrograde in Gemini is asking us to pause, reflect, and break free from the outdated mental, social, and communication patterns that we have been basically going along just to get along type of thing. The biggest lessons that we can really learn through this, though, is like quality over quantity when it comes to connections. I mean, not every conversation brings value to you. You just got to be real with yourself on what is bringing value to you and what is just wasting your time, what is very superficial and trivial and really doesn't benefit your growth. I also want to take in mindful communication, slowing down before speaking, texting, or posting. Words really do carry weight, and this is a time to choose to think about things before you write them or say them, because I know there'll be a lot of keyboard warriors out there. Y'all probably going to get exposed a lot too during this time. So you might be careful about the things that you be saying to people because you think you're safe behind a computer screen. This is not the time for that. Okay? Leave people alone. If you ain't about that life in 3D, don't be about that life on a keyboard. Okay? And don't say I didn't try to warn you about it either. This is also going to be a time, like I said before, for breaking old thought patterns. You're going to have to question your limiting beliefs, the stories that you have been telling yourself. It's time for a fresh perspective. Also, this is going to be a time when you're going to want to make sure that you are really diving into your discernment when taking in any information that you get from anybody that's an outside source from self, okay? And you're going to really feel the need for that energy anyway. So really fall into that because it's going to be helpful for you in the future, especially with this new chapter that we're walking into. This might be a time for innovation as well. Just innovation of expression and how you do things, especially on social media platforms, different technology, any type of creative outlet that you may have. This is going to be a time to kind of switch it up. Like, I know that there's probably been some people who are going to be changing their content. You're going to be feeling that really strong, a need to just like reinvent yourself. And I'm here to tell you to embrace the change, baby. That's what you're here for. And that's what this energy has came here to do. So, as always, Cosmic Cousins, you know I like to give you my journal prompts for this Uranus retrograde in Gemini. I'm going to keep it short this time because I think I've been going a little crazy with the journal prompts. I'll be trying to give y'all all the prompts that I'll be using. If it's too many, y'all let me know. Or if I'm moving too fast, let me know in the comments so I can slow it down for y'all if y'all need time to catch them, okay? My first journal prompt is, where do I feel called to express myself more authentically? And really think about the type of perception that you want to be cascaded out that is really a reflection of your authentic self. Prompt number 2, which friendships or social groups feel aligned with who I am becoming? And there's a certain saying of birds of a feather flock together. So you really want to take the time to examine your friend group and see if this is the representation that you want around you. Now, my last and final prompt is, how can I use technology and communication in more intentional ways? Now is not the time to be on autopilot. You really want to make sure that everything that you do has intention behind it, and the best intention at that. And also with the era that we're moving in with technology being so prevalent, I mean, this is the best way to kind of recreate what you want that to look like in your life. Now, of course, you know, I've worked together a couple or a few affirmations. You know, I be going heavy-handed with the affirmations too, child. But I did put together some affirmations, so here is my first. I welcome new perspectives and release outdated ways of thinking. My next affirmation is, I trust the flow of change to guide me towards aligned connections. And my last and final affirmation is, my words carry truth, clarity, and impact. So, the overall theme of this Uranus retrograde in Gemini is reevaluating your communication patterns, rethinking how information spreads, revisiting friendships and social groups, redefining learning and knowledge, and innovation in how we express ourselves. So those are the major themes of this retrograde. And hopefully the information that I provided will help you kind of maneuver through this energy, because it's a lot of energy that has kind of gone crazy recently. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. These trances is really wild. That's all I can say. But that's definitely why I do these videos. So we stay prepared. We stay ready, so we don't have to get ready. And we be on top of it, because, yeah, we make the most out of this. So yes, Cosmic Cousins, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that like too. I be seeing y'all watching and y'all just don't be wanting to hit that like. Hit that like for me, please, so I could get in the algorithm and YouTube knows that you like what you hear. All right. So thank you so much, of course, for your time, and thank you for listening, and I'm out.